Hello and welcome everybody to the 10-set LPL Summer here. It's week 4, day 2, as we kick things off with LMQ up against Positive Energy. My name is Pastry Term. I'm going to be joined here by Papa Smithy. And Papa, we've had a great last week here in week 3 and a good start to week 4 yesterday. What can we expect here as we enter into day 2?
So the outright second team here, Positive Energy, coming in on a wave of momentum. In their last 2 games, they've taken down the old guard of Chinese League of Legends. Invictus Gaming and World Elite have both fallen by the wayside. They're up against an LMQ team that looked really strong, actually, against Young Glory in the last match of yesterday's coverage. Those double hyper carry picks, the Vayne and the Kasten, both won lane and they went on to win the game, as you might expect with those champ picks. So not an easy one for Positive Energy to take down here, but they're in outright second. They want to just cement that with another win here.
Yeah, and of course LMQ not looking too bad here. The bans have come through here in this draft as well. You can see Zac and Zed getting banned up there, and Twisted Fate and Lee Sin for LMQ and Positive Energy respectively. Be interesting to see what they want to go for here. Lots of curious champions seem to be picked up here in the LPL, Papa Smithy. I think that's one of the nice things about casting in kind of a different scene here in China, is that sometimes crazy things happen. We've seen Shyvana recently, we've seen even Blitzcrank be reasonably popular for a team like OMG. I mean, there's just lots of different options here, but what would you expect as the last few bans? I mean, if you're banning against Positive Energy, you mentioned Twitch already, do you want to maybe take that away from Name?
I mean, Twitch is just in such high demand right now. The OGN has shown us that Twitch, because he suits so many different type of team comps, just because he doesn't tip your hand and does so well in lane, he's a very, very comfortable pick. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be first pick here, but it wouldn't be surprising.
Well, instead going to actually ban out Elise there for LMQ, and Thresh, curiously enough, for Positive Energy, as Jarvan's going to get the first look over there for LMQ. What do you think of that Thresh ban actually from PE? That's, I guess, almost a targeted ban, because unless you really fear a Thresh just generally, and he's been nerfed a little bit, so he's not nearly as good as he used to be. It seems like an interesting final ban there from PE.
It's definitely an interesting one. I mean, it could just be that they've got the 2 target bans they wanted against LMQ, and they just kind of didn't want Thresh for that lane presence. Because of Thresh, he has that aggressive lane presence, but he has that ranged auto attack to complement his initiation power, so he does equally well in 2v2 and 2v1. So I can see banning it out there. I mean, the Jarvan first pick is really interesting to me just because Twitch was up. I mean, Ryze has been a very popular first pick, but no, it looks like we're going to have Initiation City over on the LMQ side.
Yeah, it's going to be Cannon and Orianna, so trying to get in there and get in on that Twitch and try and kill him, that's really what you have to do. The only way to really stop him doing damage is to kill him quickly, and from that 850 range with Spray and Pray activated, you really need to make sure you get in fast there. So I guess that's kind of a counter. I mean, Jarvan Cannon actually is, as you noted, Initiation City. We've seen Jarvan Orianna before, and I think Name's Twitch is going to feel a little vulnerable with those first 3 champion picks out from LMQ.
I mean, we've seen the strength of the team fighting coming out of Name's Positive Energy's AD carry on that Twitch against World Elite, where World Elite didn't have an answer to getting past the space control of the Karthus pick, for example. They couldn't get to the Twitch, and Twitch dominated. Here, the first 3 picks all suggest to me death to the rat. But Xin Zhao as a pickup is very interesting on Positive Energy. Yeah, with the Jarvan pick, they had Elise banned. Lee Sin was banned out here. I thought for sure Jarvan would have the skirmish advantage. The 2v2 advantage would lie with LMQ just because Jarvan has that uncleansable CC from level 2 with the flag toss combo. But Xin Zhao, he's had a few nerfs, but man, he still has extreme strength at level 2.
He really does, and the Shen pickup in there as well. I guess possibly to try and protect out that Twitch. Looks like Lissandra can be the last pickup here for PE as well. So it looks like that maybe, I guess Lissandra mid with Shen top would make a lot of sense here. Very CC kind of utility heavy picks here. Almost it feels like Positive Energy maybe leaning on their Twitch quite hard here.
Yeah, and the Blitzcrank, an interesting one. Blitz Vayne doesn't have innate synergy to me. I mean, at level 2, if you can hit the Condemn against the wall, although we loaded straight into game.
Yeah, it looks like Kano's actually in trouble early. The grab coming through there doesn't quite get knocked off, actually gets out of the way. They're forced to flash after using that Shadow Dash as well. So nice moves there from K9, and already you can see the usage of that Blitzcrank pick. I mean, it's kind of one of the things is you want to get in early when you can, because Blitz in lane, not nearly as good as Blitz roaming through the jungle looking for hooks.
Yeah, at level 1, before the lanes are taking effect, before the creeps are giving you vision, Blitz kind of has the same advantage as the Blitz we saw in the OMG game yesterday, where mid-turret was down and Blitz was kind of free to get those aggressive wards down and get those picks. Level 1, super strong for Blitzcrank, but how will they lane this Vayne Blitzcrank lane? Will it be a 2v2 heads up against such a strong lane like Twitch Sona? Somehow I doubt it.
Honestly, I almost think that they want Blitz against Sona, but it's kind of interesting. I mean, traditionally, one of the best counters against Sona, a champion that's very frustrating to try and trade with in lane because she just has so many abilities and ways to out-duel you, basically, in 2v2 situations. If you can grab her and kill her quickly, because she's very squishy, you know, we've talked about it before in our streams, but the Blitzcrank shooting gallery is very much in effect on Sona sometimes, so I almost feel like they maybe want that lane, but we have seen maybe 2v1s in mid lane, for example, get really disruptive and try and work out there, but I guess we'll see what comes out here.
I mean, Blitz against Sona is kind of such a double-edged sword, just because if it goes well for Blitz, if you get that early hook, if you burst down Sona might never be able to be relevant in that lane, never be the aggressive lane presence you're used to. But if Sona can get some levels and then start harassing the melee Blitzcrank, if Blitzcrank can't land those hooks, you know, on Sona, on the AD carrier early, it's kind of Sona's lane. She almost outscales Blitz in terms of lane presence. But of course, Blitz, we all know about his pick potential.
I mean, that's kind of the thing with Blitzcrank generally, right? Is that, you know, you land hooks, you do well. If you can't land them, then you're in trouble. It's kind of, it's almost just a positional thing here. And looks like actually NoName can he here find an invade coming out? Jing actually gonna say hello, but already he's stolen away the blue buff, so very aggressive there. Red straight to the enemy blue there for PE, and that is one thing that, as you mentioned, Zen as a very, very powerful kind of skirmisher, really good at invading there, because no one really wants to 1v1 him, especially when he started an early red buff. Yeah,
I mean, we saw Shyvana yesterday get a 3-buff start just because they had that exhaust pickup. Zen doesn't even need exhaust. He just has the chain CC ability from level 2 onwards that make him super, super strong.
Yeah, so Zen there with a nice little start here. Looks like they're going to actually move towards the blue though for LMQ. I think they're trying to get sneaky here and hook that blue over the top, which would be a nice little bit of counterplay, but you can see there, looks like they have hooked it over here, but JoJo's rotated through, trying to get the damage done. NoName though does clear that out, and a really, really clever response there from LMQ to pick up the enemy blue buff.
And the counter pick had actually coming out from Jing, so I guess they expected that the aggression would come in.
Sika going very deep there in the top lane. Jack Dreams exhausted in there as well. They're going to get the damage on level 1 cannon. Very, very vulnerable, but not quite enough. They're almost there as Dreams, if he'd eaten one more auto attack, would have gone down, or if there'd been an ignite somewhere around, maybe that kill would have happened as well. But already the power of that Twitch and Sona. I mean, you did call it Papa Smith. They have actually swapped around the lanes here. NoName going to come up and try and make some stuff happen here as Name takes a little bit of damage there from Jarvan, but the 2v1 pressure in top already brutal against this cannon. On a grab there as well down the bottom. K-Knight's going to be in trouble. A good taunt though. Looks like Xin Zhao's rotating down as well. He actually flashes forward. He wants to try and get into the Blitzcrank, but a good condemn there from Avenger. And now the damage coming in. A good tumble there as well. And Vayne manages to keep everybody out of the way. The mana barrier there from Blitz does pop around. And looks like LMQ's bottom lane will be safe for now. But really, really nice pressure there from both sides here.
It's super interesting to me that despite the favourable lane matchup Positive Energy had, they've gone for the lane swap here just because they're confident in pushing down this turret up top early.
Top lane as well. Sticker could be in trouble. The damage coming through with that Jarvan getting his wax in, and that is a dead Sona. Dreams will pick up the first kill there on Cannon, and just a little overextended there. Dreams returning back to lane, and that double buff Jarvan more than enough to pick up Sona.
I mean, a little overextended is actually a bit of an understatement.
Oh no, again in mid, we've got problems there. Zhao in trouble there as Lissandra goes in. Jin gonna pick up that kill this time around, and really nice pressure all around the map. Now 1-1 here in the first few minutes of this game. Oh, and again, Name now in trouble as Dream's gonna go in for the stun, and Ambush gonna come out. He's actually stunned invisible though, and they're not gonna be able to find that one, unfortunately. The fade time on Ambush just enough there as Name is able to crawl away, and I think for now we're done. We've had about as many ganks in as many minutes of play, but only 2 kills on the board as a result.
And the Chinese LPL, you look down the map, there are no wards whatsoever around the lanes, and that's not an uncommon thing. Whereas the Koreans tend to always have that huge vision from very early in the game. Chinese teams
grab again there into K9s. Apologies, but Shadow
should
dashed
live
out of the
that
way.
time. But yeah, the Chinese teams tend to underward, and that's why these ganks from the strong junglers doubly effective in the Chinese scene.
It feels like, you know, while we're seeing someone like Shyvana who can put a lot of pressure on the map, or Xin Zhao, again, another sort of jungler that if he's left to come in and gank you, especially if you're overextended, he completely punishes people that extend in their lane. So, I mean, we kind of talked about when we saw Shyvana for the first time, double knock up there for NoName, but snaring there as well. Oriana now trying to fend them off. The pop over there for JoJo as the E comes through for Lissandra, but Jarvan's going to be able to get out of the way. Forced to flash though there for NoName, and Lissandra really just setting up some nice spots here for Xin Zhao, and we didn't really talk about it, but ganking for someone like Lissandra is pretty good, especially if you're a high damage jungler like Xin Zhao.
I mean, in a short lane, and we don't often see that Lissandra mid. We've seen a lot more Lissandra top than mid. But Lissandra is very hard to gank, and also is very good to gank for, as you point out. Has that extreme ability, has a slow, and then from level 6 has that ultimate. All the potential to go for a complete turret damage with the on-target ability.
Jojo going again, ultimate in there as well. Xiaowei could be in trouble. Jing now going to come through there with the damage, and that should be enough as Jojo picks up a nice kill. Very fast level 6 there for Lissandra, and just gets in and pops poor Xiao.
And credit to Jing for the positioning there. That would have just been a case of communicating the level 6 pop, because we looked down, Orianna not quite 6 here. So just getting 6 and going all in was Lissandra.
And nice moves there from Jojo. Picks up the kill there. Now pressuring a little in the mid as No Name comes through. Trying to move some of these creeps out of the way. Defend this turret. Speaking of defending turrets, K9's in the bottom lane. Just trying to get some of these creeps out of the way. Doing a decent job here actually. Last hitting quite well in both 2v1 lanes. Although Dreams seems to have abandoned his post in the top lane. There's not want any more Sona Twitch shenanigans. I think PE are going to get the first tower here with all that aggressive pushing they did in the early stages of this game. And there it is.
Yeah, it would have been surprising to see a Blitzcrank lane take turret before the Sona Twitch, just because Blitzcrank in a 2v1 situation kind of struggles. He easily gets taunted under turret just because he's a melee champion, even though he has the auto attack reset. A very aggressive warning coming out from Sika here. We'll eat a lot of autos from Jarvan though.
Pink ward battle, but Jojo's coming through as well. That's bad news for No Name. Snared after the EQ combo. Gonna look for the slow as well. Jing now gonna charge in, and that is gonna be a kill for Name. The spray and pray activated just to make sure enough damage came through there for Jarvan in case he maybe wanted to flash as well. And now Positive Energy gonna look to invade this blue buff as well. Should be able to take it away very comfortably, and Jing does smite that one away. So Positive Energy with a lot of that pressure to really start things off. They've got a small lead here early on in this one, but it feels like they're really using their early 2v1 very, very well.
It's just super interesting to me that instead of going for the 2v2 in a lane matchup they would have been confident in with the Sona Twitch, they've gone for the lane swap. They've pushed down the turret much quicker, which is to be expected. I mean, a melee champion like Blitz against the taunt from Shen, you're not going to push the turret down very low. They have put so much pressure on the top lane here. If they come down bot, you have to think that, especially with the jungle advantage for Xinjiao here, a little bit ahead of Java, Dragon should be theirs.
Yeah, and that's really a strong objective to claim. I mean, K9's as well, if he goes up towards the top lane, can even now with his ultimate come down to help out that Dragon as well. So Dreams likely stranded there in the top. Jojo going to clear out the pink in towards mid there as well. Clean out the green ward, sorry, with the pink ward that's sitting in the brush. Now pick up blue buff as well, and I think the time is ripe now for Dragon. K9's actually just going to hang around as well. He knows he's already down towards the bottom lane. Not too worried about getting up towards the top right now, and at this point LMQ, they don't even have vision, but I don't think they'd want to contest even if they could.
They're against the 3 buffs here once Xinjiao gets in and has the double buff. So against 3 buffs with Kennen out of position. A result of all that first 9 minutes of just hard work and strong pushing from Positive Energy, the Dragon just cements the 2.2k gold lead.
And now Name and Sona going to return down towards the bottom lane. Sika coming through there, picked up Ruby Crystal there. Actually, Ruby Crystals for both supports here. Not really an item advantage, although Bilgewater is nice on someone like Twitch, certainly. I think double drones here, good for Avenger as well. In fact, No Name going to look to set up here. Pink ward's being thrown down. Going to be looking for a lane gank here as Avenger clears out that ward. So, I mean, maybe Positive Energy have sniffed something out, know that Jarvan's down here, but he is level 6 now, so could try and set up this gank here. Not quite level 6 for Sona either. Crucially, that ultimate is not available, and I think LMQ are going to find an opportunity here. In fact, there's the grab come out. Name, little too far forward. There's the damage coming through. Exhausted, condemned. Cataclysm on top. There's nobody flashes out. Surge United on top as well. Name just getting out there. K9's with enough. There comes Xinjiao down the bottom as well. Avenger flashes forward but gets blown up by Twitch. Then there's the crescendo as Lissandra rotates down. And beautiful, beautiful coordination there from Positive Energy. Name lived on a sliver of health. That was absolutely magnificent play from PE.
The strength of the first global was right there, Patreon. Even picking up the cheat kill on Vayne without a trade. Super, super strong for Positive Energy. They take down the turret. They've got a firm grasp on the early game.
And Name, even just staying in the lane, lifestealing up with his Bilgewater Cutlass, not afraid of anything right now. Gonna keep going to push, and my goodness, that was a reflex.
Wave here, Patreon. It might be 2 turrets.
K9's here looking for the taunt flat, but doesn't quite find it. But all the purple casting minions here are quite strong. They maybe fight again. Orianna whiffs, but clears out some of the minions. Condemned now into Jing. The tower very low, but they're not going to go for it, and that's actually a flash out from Xinjiao. Now the grab gonna come through, picks up Sika somehow with K9's in there, and that was a fantastic grab there as Name now could be in trouble. Dreams now gonna flash forward for the auto. Xinjiao looking to try and get there, but there's the shutdown for Kennen, picking up a bit of bonus gold. A stun on the end there as well. Java now coming through, and the last auto there from Dreams. Kennen had a horrible start to his game here in the 2v1, picks up 2 much needed kills there.
and just a slight momentum change back towards LMQ. They needed that. Still a 3k gold advantage, but they keep that turret up by the skin of their teeth. They pick up the exit kills. 3-0-0 now is that Kennen. He should have impressive items coming into the next Dragon fight.
Jojo now in the mid. I have to say, very impressed with the roaming that Lysandra did there. Actually, tower going down the bottom there as well. LMQ pick up everything they could want pretty much on that counter push, and I still cannot believe that grab. That was ridiculous.
I mean, Blitzcrank, when he's good, is really good. And as I was saying before, in terms of a laning situation, and once Sona had that Ruby Crystal, you could say that they have more lane presence just because she won't get bursted down. But I mean, the mid-game presence, the late-game presence, whenever you get warding, one grab can win you games pastry time.
It really can. And right now, I think K9's kind of showing why he's comfortable on this Blitzcrank. Has shown some very, very strong mechanics on this champion already. But Positive Energy still with their lead, going to look to move through the game. They'll possibly slow down the pace a little, but we'll have to see. Looks like Vayne returning to bottom as well. He's got a longsword plus a Vampiric Scepter. So it looks like probably building towards Blade of the Ruined King there as well, once that build order coming up. But did opt for double drones on here. Twitch, of course, with double dagger. Going to speed that up a little bit more and finish that Blade of the Ruined King up in fairly short order.
I mean, definitely a big gold advantage with the 3 kills in the 18 CS series Twitch. The Blade of the Ruined King, picking that up is going to be an important part time for Positive Energy.
I mean, it's a big thing for both these AD carries, in fact, so I think Twitch getting there first is going to be a big deal, especially if there's still some laning going on. They definitely have opportunities to running. We've seen it already here in the LPL, ambushing in, using that Blade of the Ruined King active and going from there. I like this steal as well here from PE. Again, Xinjia's going to continue his aggressive presence in the jungle and help with a bit of counter jungling here. Name going to rotate mid with Seeker as well, try and do some damage to the last outer turret that's left alive. And just in general, the movement from PE is really, really smart in this game.
Yeah, it complements their great team fight in the last games. They're just showing impressive movement here. They had the first buff stolen. They've been able to keep that timer and just keep stealing away the blue buff.
That grab was so close to Jojo as well. Kennen almost getting picked up by Lysandra Xinjia. They were kind of waiting around the side, hoping that someone either walks by trying to defend the turret or overcommits after the turret goes down, and they can pick a couple of kills up there as well. But Shen's up there in the top lane. K9 is ready to ult back in. A spray and pray actually activated here for Nami. He's trying to go through. A nice E there from Lysandra to kind of keep everybody out of the way, and a couple of little things add up for a nice little turret kill there for PE.
Yeah, it was cute to see the spray and pray used there, although they know it's down now. Dragon will be coming in a few minutes' time. The timer will be just about the same as the spray and pray, I think.
Yep, K9, as you can see on the top lane, also doing a bit of pushing. Doesn't quite have his Sunfire up yet, so can't get super push going. But I mean, Dreams has kind of been rotating around. He has 3-0-0 now, with a Zonya's already finished up, so those last few kills definitely helped out that Kennen. Oracles as well here for No-Name. That's quite aggressive there from Java, but I think LMQ realized they need a little bit of vision back on this map. They need to be able to see Twitch as well, quite importantly, so doesn't surprise me.
The exclusive vision is Blitzcrank's best friend, Pastry
That's
Time.
true.
So it actually gives them that extra pick potential, which, with such a teamfight orientated comp, deleting someone from a team fight, if they can ever get a 5v4 situation with only the hook used, they have so much CC to win a 5v4 team fight handedly.
Yeah, and even if they want to, they can commit a couple more ultimates. You know, we talk about the OMG freight train all the time. If you hook someone as Blitz, there is no shame in just using a couple of extra ults to try and pick up the kill there. I mean, Blitzcrank himself usually has enough CC to get the kill going down, but PE now going to clear out some wards at Dragon. Pinkward thrown down there as well from Blitz, so he'll clear those ones out. And looks like Drag should be up sooner. I think the next Dragon fight's going to tell us a lot here. And crucially, Kanon's actually not going to be level 11 by the time that comes up, most likely. Although James could be activated his ultimate, though. No-Name coming towards the top lane. There's a knock up there on Shen. Now Kanon trying to get himself out of the way, but Lysandra's here as well. Jojo in with the defense, actually under the turret there, blows up No-Name, and there's the snare onto Kennen as well. Dreams could be in a lot of trouble, taking damage from Lysandra, and Jojo, beautiful movement all game so far around the map, as Lysandra deserves the 3-0-3 score that she currently has. And now Zhao in trouble, dancing in the mid there as Seeker makes the crescendo happen, and Jing with the knock up there as well, more than enough to secure that kill onto Oriana.
We're talking about map movement and map awareness advantage from Positive Energy. It just cemented there. Jojo in the right place at the right time. All the cooldowns used to take down that very, very tanky Shen, all used in vain.
Yep, Blitzcrank spotted there as well, trying to get sneaky and hide, and maybe try and pick somebody off there with a nice rocket grab, but not to be there. It's Positive Energy already know what's happening. Name down the bottom finishes what they started down there, picks up that tier 2 turret for a 4-1 turret advantage now. And really one of the nice things about all this movement, Shen's kind of doing nicely on the top lane there. He's actually level 11 there with a Spirit Visage finish up, so Cannon's job in the top lane of keeping him out of there is going to be even harder. The two-man dragon being started off here as well by PE, as Name's going to rotate through to try and clear that objective up, so things looking nicely for PE, and I have to say, with the two in the mid that they've had before, with Lissandra's nice movement, Shen kind of being a thorn in the side of LMQ, it's really affording Name a lot of space to keep CSing in the empty bottom lane.
Yeah, I mean, Name's looking great, you know, Blade the Ruin King and some daggers towards Phantom Dancers compared to the work in progress Blade the Ruin King coming out of Vayne. I mean, in general here, you can see Positive Energy just playing really strong New Age League of Legends. You know, you can see they're getting the picks and they're translating it into objectives. They're, you know, 4 turrets up against 1. They have 2 dragons up as well. They're just playing really, really solid and just playing the meta perfectly.
And I have to say, I really, really like the Xin Zhao pick here from Jing. I think it's worked an absolute treat, in particular here in the LPL in China.
It's one of those things where, you know, with Jarvan taken, with Elise and Lee Sin gone, there isn't many junglers with strong ganking pressure left. You could pick Udyr, but of course we know he kind of falls off in fights. Xin Zhao does as well, but he's just so tanky. You can build him so tanky, and he's such a good ganker early. It cannot be overstated just how strong he is in those early levels, that they never had the skirmish disadvantage you'd expect with the Jarvan pick there. And yeah, just really smart picking for Positive Energy.
Now PE going to move through an ambush Twitch, and everybody but Shen hanging around, clearing out the wards as well. They're sicker with the oracles. Going to give them exclusive vision of this area. Again, stealing away this blue buff. This could be timed very nicely, but maybe not. PE just going to hang around the bush, see if anybody walks by, and really just helping out K9's here. He's pushing up the top lane. I mean, Positive Energy, if they really want to, they can just kind of chill here. And they're in fact going to set up a little bit of a tent here. Oh goodness, No Name going to bite. Actually finds Jing there, but a good flashing out of Lissandra. Knock up though, coming through there. The grab actually puts Jing over the top, but there's a Lissandra ultimate over the top to pick up Jarvan. Jing low though is staging. Now it comes in. He actually moves back for Shen. The ultimate through there as well as Xiao Wei Xiao. Going to take a lot of damage, but he picks up Xin. Avenger now could be in trouble as Jojo throws out some of the damage, but a good Kindema. Great crescendo there as well. Moving targets back and forth here for PE. A good grab onto Name though. That's crucial as the Zombies comes out there for Dreams, and PE maybe a little bit too deep, but so much damage there for Jojo already on Lissandra. And as it all settles, a 3-for-1 fight there for PE, and just very, very smart team play once again. You can really tell that these guys have been just practicing very, very hard, and they want to make sure they can do even better than they did in spring here in summer.
And despite terrain disadvantages and difficulties there, they had a lot of vision juking. Name wasn't able to free hit at all in that fight. To still take a 3-1 lead just shows how far Positive Energy are up here.
Just really smart team play there from PE. Like, moving targets mid-team fight is something that's very, very difficult to do, because generally people get tunnel vision, but that was beautiful movement around a very, as you said, kind of weird terrain, kind of an awkward area in the map. And I mean, yes, obviously their lead helps them there, so credit to getting there in the first place, but getting in a situation where a lot of less experienced teams would panic, I think is a real credit to PE and how far they've come through the LPL as well.
They're just looking great here, Pastry Time. I mean, if they win this, they'll be 8-3, they'll be a game ahead of World Elite, with World Elite having to win to stay within one game of them. I mean, the two teams from the finals showing it was no fluke here. I mean, it would be easy to write off Positive Energy and OMG and be like, oh, you know, they just got there in the end, they got over the hump and came, you know, first and second just because of the format. But right up the top again of both teams.
Yeah, and now LMQ kind of in desperation Baron mode here. I think they're hoping somebody from PE walks by, they can get a blitz grab, but something is being cooked up here. I mean, they know there's no vision, they could just go for it. Weirdly enough, they're actually not touching Baron at all. I think they're really hoping somebody walks by, but I guess they decide against it. That was kind of weird. I almost would have started Baron if I was LMQ.
It was one of those things where they've been off the map for so long that you'd almost have to expect a face check. So despite the fact that Positive Energy took about 20 to 25 seconds to react to that, but you know, the ward that just went down by Sika would have found a half-health team from LMQ. It's so early, they have an item disadvantage, they would not have been able to DPS that Baron fast. It probably would have gone wrong, unless they DPS from the start, which would have just been too much of a risk.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy for me to say, I suppose, given I can see the entire map and know
in
where
hindsight, it was always going to be bad, whichever way it went, I think.
Sure, and I think LMQ, I mean, they're trying something. They realize they're behind in this game. They're actually almost 10k behind here, which is fairly massive. They're about 9k behind at the moment. So, you know, just clearing out these wards here, trying to give Blitz an opportunity to pick somebody up and make it happen. But LMQ kind of danced a little too long here. Jojo going to get himself grabbed, but there's the Zon. He's very nice. Staging Iron on top as well there for Shen. trying to put him in, but a decent Orianna ult's going to get them blown up as the Lissandra ultimate comes out as well. The Cataclysm decent as they come through there, but Jojo just on enough health. Name over the top there with Spray and Pray, doing a good amount of damage to Avenger, and a very cute Lissandra plus Shen combo there. That was I'm going to give Jojo credit. That was a beautiful bait by Lissandra.
It was definitely a bait, Pastry. I mean, 5 seconds of untargetability available to Lissandra when you get that Zhonya's up. You can make those plays, and that's what makes her strong. Any AP champion who can initiate or be caught and still come up with some backup initiation is super, super strong.
Yeah, and didn't even need the ultimate on herself. Blew the first person she could see up who was a squishy enough target, and they exploded by that Lissandra ultimate. And of course, using that Zhonya's to kind of get the bait in there, letting the Stand United channel finish, and that was magic to watch here as Positive Energy continued to pad their lead here. Now, well and truly 10,000 gold ahead. 6 turrets to 1 here in this game, and looking very scary. That's a taunt onto Blitzcrank. The damage going to come through. Blade of the Rune King as well. A good double snare there from Lissandra, and K9's going to pick up the kill onto Blitz. There's a Condemn coming through. Cannon's going to pick up that kill, but everybody else still getting chased down there. Jing in the middle, knock up there as well as Naomi's going to pick up credit for that kill on Jarvan. And PE just going to keep moving forward here. They really look like they cannot be stopped here in this game. In fact, Avenger maybe going to get cast. There's the slow coming in. Avenger could be in trouble here as Nami's going to go in. He's going to dive the tower, getting deep there as Barrier's forced to be popped by Vayne. Oh, and Jojo actually going in as well. The damage coming through. Lissandra ultimate good. The Condemn nice there also to pick up the trade kill. And Orianna's actually going to get the shutdown there as Name, Orb walking back and forth, gets a little bit of damage done to that turret. Unfortunately, with Lissandra dead, PE are going to have to back away there. But again, just they're happy to trade 2 for 1 here in this situation and keep the map pressure on.
And Vayne forced to pick up the Home Guard enchantments here, now even further away from that Fam Dancer, whereas Twitch is going to have plenty of gold on the way to Last Whisper, and that difference.
Oh, Dreams! Dreams is standing in the wrong spot. Twitch! A nice Zhonya's, but I think it's in vain. Name just going to chill. Oh, he activates ultimate! Oh, no! Popped off there by Twitch. Just so powerful, and even Venom casts Orianna, life-stealing as the Orb walks back towards the creeps. Poor Dreams. He did not want to meet that rat in a dark alley, and that is exactly what happened.
And we're starting to see flashbacks to, at the time, SKT T1's Raven at the IEM World Championships. If you remember Pastry Time, the 1v3 Twitch initiates was super, super strong from Raven there. Currently the Jin Air Falcons, of course. But, yeah, when you get this far ahead on Twitch, you can do some reckless things with that true stealth.
And I think of all the things that make Twitch just silly, this is what I think silly. Here's Nami coming in. Oh, they're going to ride the shed in for Stage United. There's the slow. The flash up to the taunt as well. Completely catch Avenger unaware. That was rude from Positive Energy.
The flash, the taunt flash there, Pastry Time. Super, super strong. The submarine play.
That was the submarine play.
The submarine play is so strong and so awesome to watch. They're just going for style points.
Red October Twitch moves
just going
in there.
for style points.
That was very, very stylish. And that's what I was saying is silly about Twitch. You know, he's a great champion. He lanes well. He trades well. He 2v1s well. He's a great late game carry. But I think the one thing that really, for me, splits him apart is that when you get a Blade of the Ruin King, you can actually initiate, which is very, very rare for an AD carry to try and make plays like that. And when it's on a carry as powerful as Twitch, when he gets ahead, he really, really drives the snowball down the hill. He just completely shoves it.
And Twitch, you know, Last Whistle would have been the core item here. Why not a Hurricane?
Why not Runan's Hurricane? I mean, Runan's Hurricane's very good, actually, on Twitch. I mean, obviously you'd want the Last Whisper normally, because at this point in the game, when you have these 3 items, it's kind of a situation where you need to actually shred some armor. But at this point, Twitch is basically dealing with nothing but squishies. Why not apply Deadly Venom as an AoE and then make it expunge even better?
And it was YG's AD carry who I believe went the Hurricane into Sword Divine Twitch against EPHK. So I mean, Hurricane, you can definitely see the synergy on Twitch, just because when he activates Spray and Pray, having 850 range, 3 bolts going out is a cool mechanic and can situationally be very strong. Applying that Venom to everyone, of course, making Expunge do work, but I think it's just a style choice here.
It may just be. I believe it actually applies on Blade of the Ruin King as well, though I could be
It does,
wrong.
on hit effects as well.
So, I mean, there's definitely some synergy, but I agree. I think the style Runans is something we see every now and then, and I mean, Name, why not really?
Maybe it'll be the LPL equivalent to the Mana Magi's.
Maybe the Mana Runans is where we're going to go here. Now Positive Energy just grouping up around this Baron. I mean, LMQ, they can try and make something happen. If they can grab Name and kill him very, very quickly if he's out of position, then they may be able to start a 5v4 team fight that they can win. But here right now, not interested in really getting caught out at Baron potentially with their pants, and they're just going to move in here for this tower, and that ambush Twitch with all that attack speed. Not quite the AD that he wants here, but still attacking very, very quickly. Able to clear out those waves very swiftly as well with that Hurricane. But I mean,
that was just free turret damage from being in that position there. LMQ went to rotate for a pick, but if you push straight down mid, you got so much turret damage for no cost whatsoever.
And you kind of have to be careful where you walk as well. I mean, you could try and move behind him, but then you're just going to start a team fight. And the one thing LMQ really don't want to do right now is start a 5v5, because they know absolutely that they're going to lose.
Which is sad given the AoE presence from the team, but when AoE's behind, you know, if they don't hit a pick here and delete someone and make it 5v4, you're right, they just can't hold a candle for positive energy strength at this point.
I mean, when we talk about double AP, we usually talk about how strong it is in the mid game. LMQ are not getting a mid game here against positive energy. Jojo's going to collect the blue buff. There's actually a crescendo from Sika. LMQ, we're going to do Baron here. In fact, they're getting it quite low, I think, but Name going to move in. There's a spray and pray. Hurricane AoE. Ridiculous there as Jinx around the back as well. And Name still doing damage with the spray and pray. Canines picks up the kill though on the blitz. Jin going to go down, and Dreams as well there gets popped by Lissandra's ultimate. Zhao I think going to get chased down here. Picks up the kill on Sona as Avenger flash condemns there to get out of the way, but Jojo's chasing in. There's the kill for Twitch as he picks up Orianna, and I don't think Avenger's got anywhere to run away from this Lissandra with blue buff. One very nicely placed ish. E should be the last kill here, and Avenger can juke all you want. There we go. Nowhere to run there, and that's going to be a kill for Jojo.
Yeah, and Twitch down the bottom here, pushing in. The results all but in the books here, pastry time. It's going to be positive energy. 8-3, looking super strong and just cementing their place in second place in the 10-10 LPL Summer.
Yeah, I think really showing where they are. You know, the second possibly in position for first place team here. Incredible play here in this game as Name happily solos the bottom inhibitor tower and the inhibitor itself while the rest of his team chases down that vein. There's not a whole lot LMQ can do here. There's some windows where, you know, again, they get a nice blitz hook and they're able to pick somebody off out of position, but as we've said, when AoE is behind it, it's kind of ugly, unfortunately, and that's really the situation the LMQ have found themselves in now, being just so utterly behind positive energy.
And it feels almost criminal overlooking Jojo a bit here. 8-1-9, playing fantastically strong on Lissandra. This is the carry Lissandra that we haven't seen. We've actually seen Lissandra struggle in most games we've seen before, but...
Grab on Jinx. Hey, grab on Jinx going to be good. That is a dead Xin Zhao. I mean, LMQ, if they were going to have a time, maybe it's now, but... I don't think they can win this 4v5.
Standing United is down here, pastry time. They do have a window to try something, but how positive energy can react?
I don't know. We'll have to see if there was ever a time for LMQ. It may be now, but everybody else moving in. Shen around us. So Orianna with the ultimate. They're trying to make a look in. Jojo, they're getting through. Pops Avenger there. The damage in for Name. He picks up Baron as well. Dreams goes down. A quadra for Twitch. The Panther kill should come here in Twitch. I believe he picks up. No, Lissandra. What a... never mind. Actually picked up the double. I feel like there was a Penta in there that was robbed from Name as Jojo picks up a double kill. But
who are we to question the Runin's Hurricane Twitch?
That was obscene, the amount of AoE that happened there. As Name picks up the triple, not the quadra. It doesn't matter. That was ridiculous. He actually got a quadra. He got Baron. That counts. That was ridiculous. Stand United for style points. I think LMQ are tapping out here. And indeed they are, and I would too. They basically got 2v5'd by that Twitch Lissandra at the end there. My goodness.
It cut off my point. My point actually was kind of really put well in that terms of that team fight. Name's making quite the run for MVP this season, you'd have to say. He's playing super, super well. The last 3 games, the unsung hero for sure on that AD carry position is Name.
I think so too, and I think the message is start banning his Twitch, because it is so good. Amazing game there for Positive Energy. Completely dominating performance there up against LMQ. A 20,000 gold lead towards the end. And the best news is, everybody, we only just started here. Day 2 coverage for week 4. If you'd like to catch the rest of the games here, of course, head over to youtube.com/LOLChamp series. You can check out the rest of our coverage for the 10-10 LPL Summer. But we'll be back for our next game here. Week 4 Day 2 coverage coming right up.